Hello, my name is Antonio Martinez and I belong to the Camille Research Group of the Department of Applied Linguistics at the Universidad Politécnica de Valencia. Today we are going to learn how to write a letter of complaint. A letter of complaint is a letter written to express dissatisfaction with a product, service, situation, etc. We write a letter of complaint to describe the issues which annoy us, trying to get solutions, compensation, or reward. The tone of letters of complaint should not be or sound either aggressive or insulting. We should try to encourage the addressee to solve the problem and not annoy him or her. It is much better if we avoid direct questions such as, "Why don't you fix this?" That could sound a bit rude. The writer should include enough details so that the receiver does not have to write back requesting more. The addresser does not usually threaten legal action in the first letter. We should wait for a couple of attempts to do so. Let's focus now on the parts that a letter of complaint should comprise. The first one is the background. This section is used to describe the situation, to tell how we have arrived at that particular point, and to explain how things are going on at the moment of writing the letter. Let's listen to a few examples related to the way in which we could start a letter of complaint.
The first one, I am writing to ask for an explanation or to inform you of my dissatisfaction with. Number 2, I am writing to draw your attention to. Number 3, I am writing to complain about. Number 4, I am writing to express my concern about. Number 5, I am writing with regard to. Number 6, I am writing because I have not been supplied correctly. Number 7, unfortunately. And lastly, I am or was extremely disappointed with, or because.
Great. Then we could address the problem by saying, for example, my most serious complaint is, and then we can describe and express cause and effect. Let's start by some expressions related to how to express cause.
Firstly, I had difficulty in, and secondly, moreover, besides, furthermore, not only but also, but I have found that, if this were not enough, finally.
Okay, and to express effect?
This caused us considerable inconvenience. Even after having done or spent, the problem was not solved. I am therefore sending the document to you for correction. We are therefore unable to.
Excellent. One of the main purposes when we write a letter of complaint is to get a solution. And these are some expressions we can write to ask for that solution.
Could I please ask you to look into these matters? I am writing to ask you to please make up the shortfall immediately and to ensure that such errors do not happen again. Please send us a corrected invoice. I enclose a copy with the errors highlighted. Great.
As I told you before, the warning or threat section is optional, and we shouldn't threaten legal action until we have tried it for a couple of times before. These are some of the expressions we can use.
Unless you, I have no choice but to. If I do not, I will have option but to. Otherwise, we may have to look elsewhere for our supplies. I'm afraid that if these conditions are not met, we may be forced to take legal action. If the outstanding fees are not paid by, you will incur a late payment fee.
Great. And ways to close our letter of complaint?
I look forward to hearing from you shortly. I look forward to receiving an explanation or your explanation of these matters. I look forward to receiving your payment.
Great. Now we have here an example of a real letter of complaint. On the right-hand side, we have the details related to the addresser and the date. And then we have the details related to the addressee. Let's start reading after Dear Sir or Madam.
I am writing to complain about a DVD that I bought in April. After only 1 week, the device started to go wrong. The first problem was the DVD drawer, which opened and closed far too quickly, and I almost got my fingers trapped in it. The sound quality was very poor, and some of the buttons sometimes did not work. The shop assistant recommended me to send the DVD to your company for repair. He said I would have to wait for 2 weeks until the arrival of the necessary spare parts. After a month, those parts had still not arrived. Eventually, when I collected the DVD player, the sound quality was not very good. As I am not satisfied with the equipment, nor with the service received, I am writing to ask for a full refund. Yours faithfully.
Great. And we can finish by adding our signature and the name of the addresser. Let's compile a list of key aspects. If you know the person's name, you can use it. You have to identify the situation or problem you are writing about. You have to state the purpose or the aim of your letter. You have to organize information and different points in a clear and logical way. That's why we use linking words, as we can see below. Use linking words to connect different paragraphs and between different ideas within each paragraph. You should also expand the ideas you presented in the introduction and devote the final paragraph to indicating the result that you want or expect. Use again the name of the person if you already used it at the beginning of the letter. That was all. I hope this information is useful to you. Thank you very much.